What is up, everybody? It's time for some Darien Helm Smash. Hope you're ready. We'll punch ourselves in the shoulder and get a bunch of soldier tokens coming in hot. Playing against Derevi, Empyrial Tactician. Okay, so we got Grand Coliseum, Plains, Condemn, Court Street Denizen. Yeah, I like this. We're going to keep. Playing Darien. So anytime we're dealt damage, we get to put that many 1/1 soldiers on the battlefield, and we're playing against Derevi. Enters the battlefield, or a creature you control does combination player, you may tap or untap target permanent, and then they may put it from the command zone onto the battlefield. So let's see. Let's go Plains. Let's get down. Hero over here. Let's get down little baby Gideon. He don't even know a word yet. And then pass the turn. Also, guys, on a side note, if you would like to join the Darien Soldier Army, head over to MTGOTraders.com. That's where we have our soldier recruitment center. All we ask is that you keep the pain level at 10. You know, we don't want any 9s, we don't want any 8s, 8.5s. We want that 10 level at a firm 10, man. Okay, so we can swing in next turn with little baby Gideon. Don't even know a word yet. Let's get down. Nothing really want to cast for 2. Yeah, so let's get down Grand Coliseum. Comes to play tap. So swing in for baby Gideon. Coming in hot for 2. And then, yeah, pass the turn. So Grand Coliseum will untap next turn. Unfortunately, our opponent played a bounce land, so Gift of Estates is not going to be to our advantage, but we can, hopefully, maybe we can time it. Oh, he gets down on Thassa. Okay. Actually, give me just a second. I'm going to clear my throat. Okay, sorry about that. So as far as triggering baby Gideon, we need 2 more creatures to attack with it. I couldn't remember. Get into Plains. I like that. So let's go Plains. Swing in for 2. Dropping down to 36, and then let's go. Let's get on Court Street Denizen. This is one of those cards in Magic that is just like really puts in some work. So whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature an opponent controls. You know, we're not playing against any heavy creature-based decks, but right now, I mean, we'll see. He may have a heavy creature, but when you're playing against heavy creature decks, oh man, and you got your pain engine going, a lot of fun. Now we get down the Plains. We're still 1 land away from Gift of Estates. If he didn't have that bounce land, we could have gotten into something. Actually, give me one sec. My cat wants me to put her in my lap. Sometimes she likes to sit in my lap when I record, and she's looking at me like a little puppy dog, like, why aren't you going to pick me up? So let me get her all squared up. There we go. Okay. She'll just walk up and she'll just sit right next to me and just stare at me like, well, are you going to pick me up or not? I'm like, okay. She's a mess. Alright, so, but yeah, we're land away from Gift of Estates since our opponent did go first, but since he has that bounce land, and he casts like a Cultivate or something like that. Ooh, Winter Orb, ugh, yucky. Man, that is like literally my least favorite card in the history of Magic. So let's get down Plains. Go and swing in. Yeah, man, I just, it's one of those, if Winter Orb was never printed ever, I don't think I'd really cry about it. It's one of those things where if I could go back in time and just be like, hey, let's not make Winter Orb. Just don't do it, man. Make something else. Just make I don't know, make something goofy. Let's not do Winter Orb. I think it's just you can only untap 1 land, and it's just slows the game down so bad. You know, I'm not being salty about it. It's just one of those, like, if it's up to me, like, I'd be like, yeah, we'll be alright without Winter Orb. Maybe we just get to erase from Magic history. I don't know if it'd be that big of an outcry. Okay, so he's going to untap his bounce land. Now, as far as like command, we'll need to keep track of commander damage, but you know, that 2 every turn might add up. Now, as far as getting out of this, we're going to need to get in some quick mana to get into some Darien action. So let's untap the plains right here. Glorious Anthem. Not really what we're looking for. Trying to figure out if we want to swing in and then use Brave the Elements to kind of take his commander out. I mean, he'll be able to bring it out of the command zone. It just be one white mana. Well, I may hold off. I want to get into spots where we can cast Darien. That's my main issue right there. So let's get the Scry of Thassa. We do have Naturalized in here. Not Naturalized. Yeah, I cheated. I cheated. We do have Naturalized in here. We have a Disenchant in here, so hopefully we can draw on that and take care of it. Can't remember if we have any other artifact removal, but I know Disenchant's in here. And we do have Condemn, but I'm going to wait probably on getting Condemned down just because we need to build up, get around that Winter Orb over there. And he's finally gotten down enough mana to where we can do the Gifts of Estates. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to hold off right now. So he's going to swing in for 2. It's going to be 2 commander damage. Where's my D20? There it is. So we have 2 commander damage. Untap the Selesnya Guildgate. But yeah, Winter Orb is like graveyard hate for everybody. That's how I feel about it. It's just kind of like, alright, cool, man. I think if I had a time machine, that's what I would do. People always ask, what would you do if you had a time machine? Would you go into the past or into the future? I'd be like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into the past and say, whoever thought up Winter Orb, hey, don't do that. On behalf of all Magic players, don't do that. I just love thinking about going back in time and just like finding the Winter Orb person and be like, hey man, you don't want to do that. People will think it's iconic, but really it's just nobody likes it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5, so we can Gift of Estates right now. Or we can try and get into some Gauntlet of Power action. But we has the Trigon Predator coming in. Just show target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Okay, so let's get down plains. Yeah, let's hopefully we'll draw into 1 more plains to get down Darien. That's kind of what I'm hoping for right now, that we can start cashing in those soldier tokens. Because we could get down Glorious Anthem, but that's just going to cut us away with Winter Orb. We can Condemn the Predator. That way yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, we can Condemn the Predator. Talk about a weird Magic card, man. Like, that art to me looks like it's like a children's Saturday morning like educational thing. I don't know, it looks kind of cheap. Like when I saw it, I thought it was really weird. Alright, so he's swinging in right now. Let's go ahead and Condemn the Predator. You, sir, are condemned to the bottom of the library. He might have counterspell. Oh, he's tapped out for blue mana, so nothing he can do about it. So Predator goes to the bottom. He's swinging for 2. You can untap something with this commander. Now, if he doesn't... Well, I'm trying to think. If we don't draw into a land next turn, so we can get down Darien, I may get down Gauntlet of Power. That way in 3 turns we can finally get down Darien. Yeah, that's probably going to be our best bet to get around this bad boy. Rubiana Soul Singer. Okay. Sorry, I forgot how goofy her card art looks. It's just like, hey, what's up? It's like she's just walking out of the forest, like, oh, I didn't expect to see y'all here. I was just taking a shower in the forest. Okay, okay, so we've got 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Gift of Estates. That's gonna be the least painful sort. Yeah, let's go and do that. Because we tap 5, and then he has some type of artifact destruction, something. We're going to grab 3 planes. And then we can play that next turn. We still have Brave the Elements. And then if he does gain control of one of our, I'd love to keep the Court Street, but we'll be okay. We even have Brave the Elements, so we can cast Brave the Elements. Especially if he wants to gain control of Darien. So, we have to do a little bit of finagling, get down Gauntlet of Power next turn. Yeah, we may do that. Since he has the Rubiana Soul Singer, can control target creature, I'd like to do a lot of setting up with Gauntlet of Power, Glorious Anthem, and the Memorial. Yeah, we kind of need to get a Pain Engine going. Now, how much commander damage have we been dealt? I mean, 6 total commander damage. Okay, I want to keep track of that. I don't want to lose to that. So we got 6 commander damage that's been dealt so far. So with an orb, we're going to be able to tap 1 land. Yeah, we're going to do some setting up. It may take a little bit. He grabs our little baby Gideon, which I'm okay with. So what we can do, well, Eldritch Norn's not going to take care of any of his creatures. It'll make them all 0/1s. Ooh, we got a Reflector Mage. Okay. Gonna bounce the Court Street back to our hand. Untap 1 land. Let's untap this Plains right here. Get in another Plains. Yeah, I'm gonna go and go for a Gauntlet of Power. We need to build up a lot of mana. And this is gonna be this way, tapping it. Unless we have 2 lands to play. So we'll play land and we can untap 1, so we'll have 6 mana next turn. And even though this is going to count for his creatures too, he's got 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 white creatures. Kind of what we have to do right now to get around that Winter Orb. It's just, is it the best play that we can be making right now? Pretty much, even though it gives a bonus to our opponents. I mean, we're at 34 and only at 6 commander damage. It's just trying to get around a Winter Orb where we can't draw into any of our artifact removals. Kind of got to do what you got to do. So he's going to be able to... if he swings in with Baby Gideon, it's actually going to flip and come over to our side. So maybe he might miss that interaction. But we'll be able to tap 1 more land, and we can play a plane, so that'll be 6 mana. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that interaction. So it's going to flip, and then come back to the battlefield under our control. Yeah, that'll be at the end of combat. So he's going to be able to untap a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's going to be tight. That was 3 commander damage, puts us at 9. But I'll probably still go ahead and post this video. Even though we got Winter Orbed out, it's a pretty good little Derevi deck right here. But if Winter Orb wasn't out there, we'd be getting in a lot of shenanigans. Alright, so it's going to flip, come back to our side. Okay, so So we can have him swing in at us. Let's see. So as far as next turn goes, he's got 8, or next turn, his turn. We got 8, 11. You got 14 coming across. It's going to drop us down to 6. If we get into some Elish Norn action, it's going to make all of his creatures 1s, pretty much. Alright, so, yeah, it's not looking great, but it's not completely over. We're going to tap 1 lands, to untap the plains. Get into Crusade. This is not too good with our opponent has a bunch of white creatures. So let's get down plains. Well, about the only thing we can do is get down Darien. We'll get a bunch of soldier tokens. Finally, get down 6. And then, do we want a plus? Yeah, but he's going to be able to untap the Rubiana Soul Singer now. But it's kind of what we had to go for that. Yeah, I mean, it's... With the way he's got it set up with Winter Orb and Rubiana out there, maybe he doesn't go for Darien, who knows. It's kind of our only out right now. Because he can swing it right now. We've got 8, 11... Plus that 3 is 14. That'll put us down to 6. We'll get a bunch of soldier tokens. Yeah, he's going to untap it and gain control of Darien. It's unfortunately, it's one of those things where we just didn't get into any removal or artifact removal. I've got it in here. We just didn't get into it. Yep, gains control of Darien. You know, it's kind of one of those things where we couldn't have cast Darien, but we don't tap for 6. There's not much. We can't get Crusade out. We can get down Court Street to tap like a creature or 2. We have Brave the Elements, but it's just one of those. Yeah, because if we waited to have Brave the Elements up when he swings in, he would have been able to stop that. Okay, so swinging in right now. 8 drop us down to 12. Now, if we do get into removal, we'll get Darien back. But, not gonna lie, guys. It looks like our opponent brought the pain a lot quicker than we did. Well, actually, we got Icy Hotted out. That's what happened. Opponent winter orbed us. Hey, put a bunch of Icy Hot on. Then we never got hot. We just stayed icy. We'll see what we get into. We're going to only be able to tap 1 land, and we can play a plane, so we're looking at 4 mana. Worst comes to worst, we'll play Crusade, and give our opponent a big swing in. Go, my child, swing in. Yeah, we'll get down Crusade. Show our opponent that we're not scared. Okay. So, I'm not sure what outs we have. We could get into a Wrath effect to destroy everything. It'll go back to our hand. Thassa's indestructible. Yeah, it's one of those, may have to wave the Commander white flag on this one. There's been pretty solid little Derevi action on our opponent's side. We're going to tap the plains right there. Get into Skullclamp. That's not going to get it done. So we're going to play plains. We'll tap for 2. Get down to Crusade. Tap for double white. Yeah, there's nothing else that we can do. We'll have him a Crusade into our own. At least we'll get our Darien action coming in for us. Good game, man. Good game, man. Yep, that was that Winter Orb definitely iced us over, man. It's a little hard to get some action going when you got Winter Orb, especially when your commander costs 6. Right now, we're just hopefully just letting I don't want to scoop right now. I think our opponent's salty about anything. We're just gonna let him do his thing. We got yep coming in hot for yeah. I'd love to get attacked by our own Darien right there, man. Darien, thank you for coming in and taking care of our own selves, putting us out. Yeah, Darien put us out of our misery, our winter orb misery. Yeah, I may go ahead and post this because this was a pretty good little Derevi showing over here, and we had like all the pieces to some Darien action, but we just got winter orbed out. So I'll probably go ahead and post it. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.